firearm bill of sale documents the details of a handgun, rifle, or shotgun sale between a private buyer and seller. It's often used to convey the transfer of ownership, which protects both parties in case any legal issues arise. In this video, we'll go over essential information regarding firearm bill of sale forms as well as where to get an official template for free. First, let's begin by briefly reviewing necessary steps to sell a firearm. Since all 50 states' gun laws are different, the process will vary state to state. Some states have stricter requirements while others are more lenient. However, there are 6 steps to follow as best practices despite the state. Research your state's gun laws for sale requirements and licensing. Consider selling to a trustworthy individual, preferably a friend or family member. Perform a background check on the seller, which is required or optional depending on the state. Negotiate the terms of the sale between buyer and seller. Create a bill of sale document, which we'll discuss at length shortly, and schedule a meeting between both parties to finalize the deal. Reasonable gun owners often follow these practices to ensure the transfer of firearm ownership is safe and legal. Now, let's focus on the importance of a firearm bill of sale. Bill of sale forms establish and document the details of a transaction between a buyer and seller. For a firearm sale, the document serves to record all of the information surrounding a private firearm transaction. It's beneficial since it documents personal information about the seller and buyer, sets a date and location in which the sale took place, describes the firearm including its serial number, if any, marks the official transfer of ownership, records the sale in case any legal issues or disputes arise, and conveys the buyer is now liable for the firearm if it were to be lost or stolen. Though a bill of sale is optional when selling or purchasing a firearm, it is highly recommended to formalize the transaction, adding an extra layer of protection for the parties involved. Finally, let's conclude by looking at what's included in a firearm bill of sale. It's a rather simple document for a buyer or seller to create in order to follow the best practices of gun transfers. When drafting it, be sure to include the names, addresses, driver's license numbers, and concealed weapons license numbers, if any, of the buyer and seller. The firearm details such as make, serial number, and caliber. The total purchase price. The date when the sale will take place. Any additional trade or exchange that isn't cash. A buyer's and seller's disclosures acknowledgement if required, the signatures of both parties, and witnesses and notary signatures if required. Keep in mind, all states provide different guidelines when purchasing and selling firearms. Be sure to double check with state laws before entering the sale process to ensure the protection of both parties. WERTY forms the biggest database of legal documents. Access your firearm bill of sale templates at the link below.